What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Road to Dunking, episode 12, I think. So, I'm showing you guys a week of training, so it's going to be a whole lot of good info. I would really appreciate it if you guys liked, subscribed. It's literally 1 in the morning right now, and I'm just trying to get this out for you guys Saturday morning, start the weekend off right with some motivation. You could even go one step further and go crazy here and go to grantsapparel.com and check out some of the merch, okay? We got 5 basketball designs. They're all fire, in my opinion. And throughout the year, there's going to be more coming out. So, super excited for what's to come. Super excited for what I'm doing. So, let's get into the video. So, first off, we did our warm-up. Started off with some calf raises and then paired it with pogo jumps. I was just kind of trying some things out. My knees were a little bit cooked from the dunk session I had prior. So I had a dunk session like 2 days before this. So I didn't, go out and jump. However, I wanted to get some French contrast training in. So I did do some calf raises, pogo jumps to start off the workout. It felt pretty good. Nothing insane, nothing that's going to make you increase your vert by 10 inches, but it did feel pretty good. Moving on, we had squat jumps, and then I paired this one with a depth jump. So this workout, I really went crazy with the French contrast training. I figure sometimes on days where I don't jump, I want to do some explosive lifts at least, and then some French contrast or some sort of, velocity-based, higher on the speed spectrum training. So I'll have my days where I want to do slow, heavy lifts, but most of the time I want, at least 2 out of 3 lifts in a week. I want it to be fast, I want it to be explosive, and then maybe I'll have one lift or one workout or one exercise, in that workout that's super heavy, like a pin squat or an eccentric squat, pin squat or something like that. So moving on from that, we did some box squat jumps. So I would try to, lift my feet up and then explode up, try to get off the ground with as much weight as possible. I think here we did, 335 plus 15, so 350, I think, I don't know. And then we paired this one, I think this is our last French contrast exercise of this workout, with some seated jumps. And honestly, the seated jumps just feel amazing. You can have a fair you can have a fair amount of knee pain, and in my opinion, the seated jumps, you feel them in your quads. So it's so much quad activation. It's just insane how nice it feels. I don't know how to explain it. Insane, honestly, same with box squats. So I'll pull that out of the bag when my knees are a little bit cooked. But I think I ended the workout with some pin squats, just some normal pin squats, nothing crazy. I didn't put, 100 pounds more on the bar to lower. But after I did do my normal pin squats, I basically did a variation of a pin squat. So I would load the bar with 100 pounds about over what I was doing. So I know if I lower it, I'm not going to be able to squat it back up. Especially with how my knees are now, albeit they are healing. And then I would go into like a 5 to 7 second where I'm really trying to lift it. I'm really trying to move this immovable object for me. So it's the overcoming ISO. And I would basically just go until I felt like my muscles were kind of just depleted. And that would be about like 4 to 6 seconds basically. So then we finished off. Oh, is this a new day? Oh God, I'm sorry guys. We did some pogo hops. So this is 2 days later. I have my leg day, upper, leg day, upper, leg day. And I really don't take that many off days nowadays. It's kind of more just active recovery, if anything, on my off days. We did our warm up. I basically just kind of messed around with some step up jumps and some pogo hops and then some quad isos. I basically do the quad isos every time before I lift, jump, or anything, I just feel like, you know, the more you can work your quads, especially for me, who coming into 2025 had incredibly weak quads. I would be to the point where my right quad, I would extend it fully, try to flex it, and there would be nothing there. There's no muscle there. And now when I extend it, flex it, it almost looks the same as my left leg, which is, you know, fairly normal. So there is some muscle there, which is just insane. If you really focus on something, I'm talking really focus on something, not just clock in your workout, go hard in your workout, and then be done. I'm saying clock into your workout, clock into your recovery afterwards, clock into your sleep afterwards, and then your diet. There's so much that goes into it, guys. It's insane. You know, once you get up to like a certain point and you're really trying to find ways to add inches to your vertical, like those last like 5 to 10 inches to your vertical that you're really going to be able to get. Let's be honest here. If you have a 50-inch vertical and you're really trying to squeeze out, you know, those last 10 inches to get to 60, I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know if that's going to happen. But if you're, you know, around the 30-inch vertical mark, 30 to 40 to 45 even, I would say, is attainable for a lot of people. You can squeeze out several inches by just doing the little things that are, you know, post-workout, pre-workout, you know, the sleep, the recovery, all that stuff, the diet. So anyways, guys, after the warm-up, I had a really good dunk session, the best dunk session I've had actually so far. I got a 9.7 two-hander, which was my goal for a while, because when I first started jumping again after my knee injury, when I really blew up my knee, the first day back jumping, I was dunking on 8.7 with two hands. So I've gone up a foot, and you know, that's mostly to healing, but a lot of it goes to training, a lot of it goes to, you know, the rehab process. So I'm really proud of myself for that. And then I got a 9.10 one-hander here. It was a bit of a rim grazer. It's hard to count, but I do count it. You know, I look at the footage and I'm like, yeah, that's probably a dunk. So I was stoked about that, but I continued to jump on 9.10 to try to really punch one. So I was out here for a while. I was out here for like an hour 30. The session I had like a week before this, I was out there for like 2.5 hours, and minus Achilles, I kind of just did so, you know, my approach is right, left, right. And then when I was jumping on my right, left, I was kind of getting nice and warmed up, right? So I was like, I'm just going to do a jump left, right. And I landed funny and it kind of hurt my ankle, but I was able to work through that and continue the jump session, actually have a good jump session. But the next day, my right quad was feeling it. It was insanely sore after that 2.5 hour jump session. So what that told me is that my joints actually were feeling pretty good after it, which is absolutely fantastic, which a lot of it probably equates to me not putting that much force into the ground. Let's be honest here. I'm trying to dunk. At that time, I was trying to get a dunk on 9.9, and you know, you're jumping 30 inches in the air. You're not really putting that much force in the ground. I am a little bit over 200, right around 200, 205 pounds body weight. But at the end of the day, you know, my knees should be able to take that, and they did, and I was super happy with that. So anyways, after that dunk session, you know, if I just had the dunk session, I probably would just do my recovery and call it. But I wanted to, because it was only an hour and a half session, only an hour and a half, that's a long session, but I wanted to work out after, just because I felt like I didn't really give my full, you know, I didn't do a 2.5 hour dunk session. I had energy, so I was like, well, I might as well lift after, right? So I did some half squats, 3 sets, 3 reps. I went as heavy as I could. You know, my knees obviously were a little bit cooked after the jump session. So I kept it, I think, at 270. And I was actually pretty happy with that. After this jump session, I also noticed there's always something that comes up, guys. My inner left knee was hurting, like during these trap bar deficit deadlifts. Maybe with the first rep you can tell, but it was kind of hurting my inner left knee. So I think it's probably like an MCL sprain, MCL partial tear, something like that. But I looked it up. I mean, if it is that, and it'll take probably like a couple weeks to recover if I'm doing everything right. But, you know, we'll see if I end up doing that. So yeah, that's another thing. But slowly getting better. 910. I'm super happy about that 910 rim grazer. You know, once I get my 10-foot dunk outdoor, I'll probably start going to a gym and doing some self lobs and really trying to get crazy with it. But for now, I'm going strictly on height. I want to get 10. I want to get over 10 once I get to 10. I have some goals and aspirations. So yeah, and now we're fast forwarding after that workout to the workout tonight, whenever it is, whenever you guys are watching this. This is the 3rd workout of my dunk training week, you know, and on my upper days, I will do isometrics and then some light, very light plyometrics every single day, basically. So I am doing that. I didn't show it, but I am also doing that. But started off the workout with my normal warm-up, and then I moved on to some power cleans. You know, there's so much hype on this movement online, and I've done them in the past, right? But my form has always been just atrocious. I basically just deadlift it. There's no contact with my thighs, and then I just try to get it up. And I'm really gonna take, I don't know how often I'm gonna do these, but when I do these, I'm really gonna try to focus on the form. So on these, obviously I couldn't go that heavy. I was doing 2 plates here, 225, but I was really just trying to focus on making sure I get that contact and I feel that pop. When you feel that pop when you're doing the power cleans, it just goes up so much more effortlessly. And that's what I was really trying to chase there. I got it a few times, but even when I catch it, my feet are just wide. There's just a lot of room to improve on that. So I'll probably add those to the program every now and then with clean pulls interchangeably, you know, those two. But I wanted to try it out today. And then I did some banded back squats. This is probably the main exercise of the workout today. It took most of the intensity. It was the most intense exercise today for sure. And I did 3 sets, 4 reps, and I think I did 370 plus bands. So there was a little, you know, promotion of my grantsapparel.com. If you haven't looked already, check it out. Use code GRANT10 for 10% off. Guys, the quality of the stuff, like I'm wearing the sweats, I'm wearing the sweater. I have a pullover that's hanging on the pull-up bar in the background. I have little hoodies that, you know, basketball players wear when they're warming up in layup lines. And it's fire, guys. It's fire. I really do like what I'm making. I'm not going to make something that I don't like. So hope some of you guys like it as well. And if you have any suggestions for designs, let me know, because, you know, they're fun. They're fun to do. But anyways, after those, I did some calf hops. I just wanted to try something out, explosive for the calves, but I didn't want to do pogo jumps because by the time I've already done, you know, squats, trap bar jumps, my knees are tired. I don't want to have to bend them anymore. And then I, you know, did some calf raises after. I tried to bounce a little bit just to be a little bit extra springy. Then finished off some quad extensions with an eccentric lowering. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this week of training. Be sure to like and subscribe for more. We're going to do big things this year, guys. I just have a feeling. It'll take some time, but we're building momentum. See you in the next one. Peace.